Hi, I'm Attorney Pandeli, and we're here at the law offices of Alien Attorney. And the question posed is, am I eligible to adjust my status? Or another way of rephrasing that question is, what are the requirements to adjust status? And so a way to think about it is, there is the general framework of adjusting status, and then there's the individual requirements of each type of status adjustment. And so if you're adjusting your status based on work filing, that's one way and one set of requirements. And then if you're adjusting your status based on being an IR or immediate relative, that's a different set. And even within being an immediate relative, whether you are son or daughter, or whether you are a parent, or whether you're a spouse, those are different types of requirements. And so at the foundational level, for adjusting status, you're looking at, you have to have been inspected when you entered the country. You're not what's called an IWI, what we call an IWI, or entering without inspection. And so inspection into the country means you were given a visa, you entered through Port Authority, through the port of entry, an officer gave you a stamp of approval, and they might have even asked you a couple of questions. Okay, so you had a visa interview, or at the very least you were stamped at the border. So that's number one requirement. Number two requirement is that you're not what's called inadmissible. So typically that means that either you didn't do something criminal in nature which would kind of stop you from entering the country. So for example, if there's a drug violation, or there's some kind of other criminal like eligible criminal violation, you might not be admissible, meaning that even though you want to adjust status, and even though you have the right based on, let's say, you know, you have an immediate relative that's petitioning for you, you still might have an issue there because, you know, of any criminal violations. And then lastly, so you have entering with inspection, not being inadmissible, and there's quite a few grounds for inadmissibility, and there's a whole, there's a whole law section on that. And then third, to adjust status, you gotta have a basis to adjust status. Are you adjusting status because you're the spouse of a U.S. citizen, or a parent of a U.S. citizen? Are you adjusting status based on previous work that you've done and you've been in the country, and so now you're asking for perm, you know, or like you're asking for, you know, receiving permanent green card because you've been in the country for a while? There's a number of reasons to get adjustment of status, and so these are three fundamental requirements to look at. And then in other videos we will look at additional requirements for each individual type of status adjustment, like spouse marriage green card and parent marriage green card, and things like that. Okay, thank you for watching.